Hello YouTube! This is my first mid update in between the time that I am in Miami and when I actually get back to my workshop. And look at all this stuff! Oh god, hell yes! Look at all this stuff I've been purchasing up down here inside Miami. Now let's see what we got here. Got here some end caps for building snaps. We got some couplers because I thought I need them for snaps. We got the pump action handle for the snap. We got the stock for snaps. We got the barrels for snaps. We got something here for one of my projects, something for making a hopper. We got some fresh drills, because who doesn't love drills? We got snap triggers. We got snap fasteners. We got the snap plunger tube. A lot of plunger tube. Oh, the plunger tube. Right here we have a bunch of CPVC rods that I cut for easy transportation. This is gonna get a lot of mileage. Over here we have some stuff for building, what are those things called? Some power stocks. I still need to get some more power stock pipe, but that's only gonna cost about $3. Extra springs. We got some snap washers. Oh yeah, snap washers. A shit ton of some snap washers and washers for improving the seal on some other blasters. We got some really nice and strong epoxy, some plastic epoxy. You know, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use this to fix my Spectre, which the catch nub cracked off. Hooray. Basically the plan with this is I plan on sanding down every surface and drilling a hole right up through the catch nub, and I'm going to fasten it to the back rod that isn't part of the plunger, and I'm going to shove a piece of cut hanger metal, and then I'm just going to drench the outside of it with some of this stuff, and after it dries it should be indestructible and I should be back in business. And over here were some other nice cool secret projects. Going to be using this to jack up the voltage on a Power Strike 48, and I'm probably going to use this to decrapify a Tommy 20. I have some really great ideas for making one stop sucking. Very original actually, because these AA battery packs, they have on and off switch. So on, off, on, off. So the thought is that I stick it over here on the left hand side of a Tommy 20, and then you just turn it on. Well, actually that's off. You turn it on, and then the power will flow directly into the flywheel engine. Turn it on, and then it will have about an extra AA power worth of flywheel power. So it's going to be a little bit stronger than the Ultimate Fast Blast with 20 shots. And I'm going to keep the original three battery power supply to activate the automatic back turner. So it's probably going to be firing faster, more reliably, longer. It's going to have more power. I'm going to do a few reliability things to make it more reliable. It's basically going to turn out to be a 20-round barricade when I'm done, and it's going to be amazing. I'm probably going to try to make a write-up for that, simply because it is original. No one else has done it before, and if I could actually get it in time, I don't know that much about the Awfuls contest, but that's one hell of an entry because the Tommy 20 is a terrible gun, and my plan should pretty much work perfectly. There's that project. Then there's this project, which it's going to be interesting because it's going to be combining the snap with a very classic blaster, a classic blaster that a lot of people love. They just love to death, and I'm not going to give too many hints, but I'm going to tell you one thing for certain. It's going to combine a marine animal with a snap technology, if it is successful. And it is going to be glorious. It's going to be powered by but it's going to be powered by one K26 that I'm going to cut in half. Hopefully, it's probably going to try to use these kind of plunger tubes. And when I'm done, I'm brainstorming and everything is coming up pretty strong inside my head. The only thing I still have to do is I still have to plan out how I'm gonna do all of the piping inside it and find different ways for me to reduce dead space. But otherwise, it's probably gonna end up being about on par with a very heavily modified Night Finder. I mean, I already have all the plunger heads right here for getting that done. Oh yeah, we got some snap screws. I'm gonna need me some more snap screws. I need more snap screws and I need more of those. And something very intriguing that happened down here inside of Miami. When I went to my local Ace, what did I see sticking off at the side inside the plunger section next to the, well, not plunger section, the rubber washer section, right next to the spring section? K&S Engineering! Yes! They had some brass tubing made by my favorite company that I usually have to order online, pay through the nose to get. And they had all the thicknesses you could ever want. They only had one section of 17/32 brass, which is the only brass that I was getting very close to running dangerously low on. And it's very good I found this because the 17/32 brass is the key to me building my homemade massacres. And if y'all should know what homemade massacre is. Homemade massacre essentially is a perfect lining up of 17/32 brass with some PET G inside the front over here to create a perfect seal, and you shove it into the back of a Nerf reverse plunger blaster without doing any drilling, and it delivers similar performance to a homemade to the Orange ModWorks Massacre kit. And I was basically down to my last leg on brass. I think I maybe had enough brass to make maybe one or two more. Like, I am just dwindling with that. And this is great. It was $2.30. $2.30. This is remarkable. They also had 9/16. They had a 19/32 brass. They had half-inch brass. All the brass you'd ever need to make a long shot. So if anyone wants to commission me to make a long shot for them, now is the time when I can get all the brass in the freaking world. So yes, panning out to all this stuff. I haven't bought any blasters in town, but I hardly see the reason to buy any, considering the fact that I'm going to be giving birth to not one, but 2 pump snaps. And in case anyone hasn't done the math, I basically planned it out for 2. And I'm going to be making a very secret, very epic project that is going to just be amazing when it works. And if it doesn't work, then I'm probably just going to build 4 snap pistols. And probably, like, if I build 4 snap pistols, 3 of them will be up for sale, and I will be putting them up for as reasonable prices I can possibly think of. And if my plan works, then I'm probably going to be putting out a very, very tempting commission for certain people who are fans of what it is I said before. But yes, this will be pretty damn epic. I have so many materials over here. I got a lot of plans and blasters. Oh, yes, before I forget, the other thing that I've been working on lately is over that on my computer. And I don't really show it because I don't even think that would work properly. Yeah, that looks pretty bad. But right up here, let's get into my section. What we got here, I have my long strike write-up that I have been writing. I've been doing that around here. It's about 5 pages long of pure text. It needs principal photography to be done because I'm in Miami. I don't have my blasters or my tools, and I can't do it. It has been it's a very good write-up so far. As far as I can tell, it is probably the most detailed, concise, amazing, high-powered, long strike write-up there is in all of the NIC community. The long strike is probably the most neglected blaster there is. And as far as I can see, the most significant and advanced thing anyone's ever done to it is swap out its internals with a rainbow. And that was done by Louis, and he's pretty damn awesome. Like, everyone's got to respect Louis because he's pretty much one of the kings of homemades. And he did a great work with that, but there's really very minimal work done to the actual blaster itself. The most anyone has ever done is, I think, by Nin 13. And like, mine is above and beyond anything he ever did to his. I mean, I think that besides the one I already described, Nine did a internal power sock, which was really weak in my opinion. I'm doing an external one that's ridiculous. He did a dead space removal, and a lot of people are like, ooh, it's going to solve the problems. And I'm thinking, like, no, it's not. It's going to reduce airflow and, you know, take away some of that pressure from you. And, you know, no one really talks about it or does it anymore. So I'm thinking that this is probably going to be destined to be up on the list considering the fact that it's the only proper long strike write-up. And assuming I get my spelling and grammar really cooked up nice and proper, and the photography goes really good, it's gonna be epic. So that's one of my plans. Besides that one, I'm probably gonna try to make a write-up on my Tommy 20 idea if it pans out. And if I'm gonna work on my secret project, and if someone actually pings me for a commission, I'm probably gonna make a second write-up, just to go through the details. Though anyone who's made a snap before would probably understand and know what it is I did, and figure out whether or not why it worked. And yeah, and once again, if anyone wants me to ping me for a long shot modification, send me a message. The materials expense is as low as it's ever going to be. It is the lowest I've ever seen. There's ample supplies. If someone just wants to ping me for some brass to trade over inside of like a war setting, like if I make it to a January or February war, I will gladly pick up the brass they require. It's like $232 for me, $233 for me, plus taxes probably closer to $3. I'd probably sell like a pipe or two, like any pipe, for probably like $4 or $5. I mean, per pipe, just so I can squeeze out a little bit on my end to grease my. You got to grease my palm a little bit, as they say. But I mean, I don't know if that's as good of a deal as possible. I haven't done the numbers, but it's better than paying shipping. And you get to funnel more money into the NIC community, to my growing empire of Nerf. Well, a small empire. Perhaps ruling just a really small tract of land, like perhaps being just the lord of a tri-state area. Well, I'm not in tri-state area because I'm inside the area with Drac and all those other great people. Drac and Rogue. Maybe my local block. Yes, I'm Lord of Nerf in Tallahassee. All hail Skullface. But yes, no, I think I've gone into detail with everything I have here, and making my getting everything up and coming. And just to put one last thing up that I have to say, there is going to be a nice little bonus video that comes in, that I'm going to be putting in as soon as I get back to Tallahassee. The night I get back, there is going to be something that's coming up on there, and it's going to be something I said I would do a while ago that is non-Nerf. And I'm hoping I do a good job because it's something I'm very passionate about. And it's going to be interesting. It's going to be great. I just know it's going to be great. Anyway, Skullface signing off. Another worthless update. Ha! Peace out, YouTube.